forward, first of all, we will understand like what is this approach is basically. So here the term is optimization problem. So basically, whenever we are solving a problem, then in that case, we can have two types of problems over there, like maximization or minimization. So maximization are problems are those where we need to maximize the uh, solution for finding the optimal solution, and minimization problems are those where we need to minimize the solution for finding the optimal solution. Okay, so we can have example for this, like just a second. Okay, so maximization problems and minimization problem. Okay, so like uh, in the case of we are having a problem that is a knapsack problem. So in the knapsack problem, it is a kind of maximization problem. In this maximization problem, we need to find out the maximum profit. And what is this knapsack problem? I will start after the explanation of the greedy approach. So knapsack problem is the maximization problem. Here in this problem, we need to find out the maximum profit value. Like we are given a knapsack and we need to put a combination of items or the things into the knapsack such that the knapsack capacity must not exceed and we simply get the maximum possible profit. So such kind of problems are known as the maximization problem. And we are having minimization problem. So the minimization problem, like if people have studied in the data structure, that is problem of minimum spanning tree. So the problem of minimum spanning tree, in that case, there can be several spanning trees if we are given a graph. We can find out several spanning tree, and the one which is having the minimum value, that is the minimum spanning tree. So such kind of problem where we need to minimize the solution for finding the optimal solution, those are known as the minimization, like the finding the minimum spanning tree. So we are given a function that is based on some constraints, and we need to maximize, either maximize or minimize that particular function. Okay, so these are the maximization or minimization. And apart from this, we are having two terms here. That is, first one is feasible solution, and other one is the optimal solution. Okay, so feasible solution is that like which is satisfying all the constraints of the problem. Okay, like the constraint for being a spanning tree. So if a tree is satisfying, means if we simply we are just calculating the spanning tree from a graph, then there can be several spanning trees. Okay, so a spanning tree which is a tree which is satisfying all the constraints for being a spanning tree, then that is a feasible solution. So there can be several feasible solutions. Feasible means these are satisfying the constraint. But out of these several feasible solutions, there will be only one optimal solution, depends on the condition. So optimality can be defined like that is the best one among all of them. So it can depends on the maximization and minimization. Somewhere the maximum value is the optimum, somewhere is the minimum value is optimum. It depends on the problem to problem separately. So the greedy algorithm, so many optimization problems can be solved using a greedy approach. And the basic principle is that like uh, local optimal decisions may be used to build an optimal solution or the global optimum. So what is the strategy in the greedy approach? Basically, we are given and we are having several choices whenever we are just solving a problem. So uh, at any particular instance, we will choose the best option that is available at that particular instance, and we will move forward. Then in the next phase, we will choose another best possible instance that is available in that situation. and so on. So we'll continue till the global optimum. But there are some drawbacks of the greedy approach, like after selecting a particular option, we cannot undo that. We cannot go back to the previous stage. Okay, and so that's why it may be possible, like we cannot get the optimal solution for all the problem using the greedy algorithm. So the greedy approach may not always lead to an optimal solution and overall for all problems. So the key is showing which problem will work with this approach and which will not. So it is not possible like we are having a solution optimal. We can find optimal solution using this greedy approach for all the problem. Okay. So a greedy algorithm always makes the choices that looks back at that particular moment, and after selecting that choice, we simply move forward. So like these are some of the everyday example, like playing the cards. So we can select a best card in that situation, investing in the stocks in the share market, like the share which is looking good at that moment, we will invest in that particular stock. Choosing a university if we want to pursue some course, then in that scenario or situation, the university which is best. So we cannot say like after 5 years that particular university will be good or not. Okay, but at that moment that university is good. So these are some of the examples for the greedy approach, or we can say like selecting the best option or the local optimum solution, and that and different situation. So a locally optimal choice will lead to a global optimum, but it will not be true for all of the problem. Means it will not work for all the problem. Okay, so here are some of the more concept related to the greedy algorithm, like feasibility we are having. So feasibility is a solution is feasible if it simply satisfy the problem constraint. जैसे हमारे पास we are having a graph and we want to find out the spanning tree, then we are having the restriction like there will not be a circle or the simply loop in a spanning tree. Okay, means it is not possible to start from a particular node and just come back after traveling into the tree and again come back to the particular node. So there will not be a cycle basically in a spanning tree. So this is the constraint for the spanning tree. Okay, so in all the solutions which satisfy this constraint, those all the solutions are known as the feasible solution. Now the local optimum. So this is the main greedy part. The local optimum is the particular instance or the choice is looking good to select. Okay, so has to make the best local choice among all feasible choices available on the particular step or instance or the stage. And if this local choice results in global optimum, then the problem has optimal substructure. Means local optimum, local optimum, local optimum, and simply we are reaching to the global optimum. Then this is the optimal substructure for reaching to the we can say the global optimum. Okay, another thing is the irrevocable. Means when we have just made, once a choice is made, it can't be undone, or subsequent step for the of the algorithm. एक बार जब जो चॉइस हमने फाइनलाइज कर ली, तो लाइक सपोज वी आर इन दिस पर्टिकुलर थर्ड स्टेज एंड आई जस्ट वांट टू चेंज दिस, देन वी कैन नॉट डू so. So it is irrevocable. So the simple examples are playing chess by making best move without look ahead. So we can जैसे we are just playing the chess game. तो हमने जो भी वहाँ पे हमारा मूव हुआ, okay, so we will simply just there can be several options to select a particular move, like it is the best move at this situation, so we are just doing and selecting this particular move. But we don't know, like after some time it will not be a best move. This support moving toward this direction will be a best move. So in the greedy approach, we cannot undo this after just reaching to this particular situation.